Hello and welcome to Touch the Plain Tarot. Thanks for joining me for another pick a card reading today. I'd like to utilize the energy that the full moon is bringing to be able to reveal aspects of self that may have previously been hidden. Full moon energy is great for revealing things that have gone yet unseen or have been in the shadows. So let's use this energy. It is a timeless reading, but still it's a great opportunity to explore that within ourselves. Maybe there's something hidden and it's time for that to be brought to the surface and become part of our life path. So for group number 1, you have Moth and the Prehnite cluster. For group number 2, you have Black Egg with the Lepidolite crystal. And for group number 3, you have Tarantula with the Aragonite cluster. So take a moment to tune in to which group or groups resonates with you. Go to the timestamps below to find your group, and I look forward to seeing you in your reading. Hello and welcome, group number 1. Let's take a look at what aspect of your soul would like to be revealed at this time. Home in the sky. Okay. We have some information for group number 1. What? Geometry. Feeling like we need one more of these. What aspect of your soul wants to be revealed at this time? Divine light, and I was also feeling this one, Apollo. This is looking like a really intriguing reading. Group number 1, I have to say. Let's find out some more information. What aspects of self wants to be revealed? Page of, or the Page of Wands. Oh, I almost said Knight of Wands. The 7 of Swords. One more of information for what group number 1 needs to know. Really felt like this one was calling. Okay. The Moth energy is at play when attracted to solutions or anything shiny and new, which can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, and burnout. It's helpful to remind the Moth personality that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. there are lots of options that you see available to you. Group 1. And it may be in your nature that when you start to feel resistance in a particular direction that you are excited about, your energy may pull back from that goal, from that passion, pursuit, hobby. That energy could apply to learning a new skill. It could apply to a hobby. It could apply to the effort that goes into a relationship. And that may create a tendency for you to explore other shiny new possibilities. The birds in the bird houses here seem like they have their own designated house, yet they keep looking around at the other houses as though those are options. And the houses being just metaphorical in nature. We're talking about intellectual pursuits and things that could be that need time and effort to develop. Right? If you desire to start painting, you may be really, really passionate about it, and then once you start doing it, you understand that you need to develop your skills. You can't just get a canvas, start painting, and be able to create the vision that's in your mind. There can be work to learn to use your medium properly. There could be work to put in terms of journaling and sketchbooking to create the ideas for compositions. There are a lot, and this sort of concept would apply to any pursuit, right? Even relationship building. Learning a new skill, like you want to learn to play an instrument, that can be, you can feel a lot of passion, but then when it starts to get hard, that passion doesn't have the same luster. Geometry here, that's encouraging analytical approach, a studying type of approach. Your soul is saying to choose one of these choices and allow that divine, this is the divine light card, that I feel in this context, it's talking about your passion for pursuing something. Allow that to open up. Don't let a fear take this excitement. The Page of Wands, he's very excited about that wand, right? There is passion in that card, and that can without getting 18 plus with this, it's the energy of creation, right? Allow yourself to experience that energy of creation, of a building. The card Apollo talks about expressing emotion or controlling emotion without repressing it. This is about flipping a switch. this feels like you've started a project and you may be feeling resistance with moving it forward, and there's a frustrating feeling that is diminishing the excitement and that spark that got you started on that project to begin with. This seems like an opportunity for you to recognize that in yourself and say, no, I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna challenge myself with discipline to continue to practice at this thing. And move it forward. And being consistent in self-expansion feels a little bit like this Six of Pentacles, where you have to be able to manage your time, and dumping all of your time into the point of frustration. That seems like it's not set up for success. This is about putting a consistent, sharing your time consistently among the different things on your plate, so that you're not dropping those things that you have this passion and drive for. If I'm working on a new painting, sometimes I get in that stuck space that feels very much like this. It's just an example, and it can apply however it applies in your situation. The examples just for context. I might not know what direction to take it. Continuing to just stare at it is not going to get me anywhere. That's going to diminish that passion for it. Give it some space, back off, but go back to it the next day. Do the other things that need to be worked on, and then maybe in the process that if you haven't, if this divine light isn't squashed, it will come through, it will bleed through, and randomly you might be doing a load of laundry and you know the next step to take on that project. Listen. So when this frustration starts to creep in, that's why this card showed up. It's okay to acknowledge that frustration, but it's not something to let yourself get stuck in. That's the thing that wants to come out. This self-awareness process. The frustration comes in, you get stopped on the project, and the project doesn't move forward. If there is slow, steady movement, even if it is a little bit broken up, that's okay. Easing off the gas can keep those feelings of frustration from being so overwhelming, rather than pushing forward too soon. The Animal Spirit Guidebook has suggestions for how to bring the Moth spirit back into balance, and its suggestion is to finish a project. That can feel so reassuring and help that light of inspiration to grow stronger rather than get faded from frustration. So this is a reading about what aspect of self and soul wants to be revealed. This energy is telling you that you have that in you. And that's a really cool and reassuring message, Group 1. And that maybe this reading can be a reminder of when that stuck energy starts to creep in, no matter the context, right? Because that's an energy that can show up in so many different ways. That feeling of not moving forward. This is your reminder that you have that divine inspiration in you that can fuel you. This is very solar plexus, forward movement, fire energy. And it's okay if that energy in you, if it burns like a small flicker of a candle, it's still burning. It's still burning. And it's okay if that's not burning as bright one day as it was the previous day. It's still burning. Don't get frustrated with it. That's a very interesting message, because that's almost like I feel like it's an advice for you for how to level up your game in all aspects of your life. Let's see if we can get any more advice for you on this. How can what's the question we want to ask here? Can we have any more insights about how Group 1 can foster this divine, foster the divine spark? This is more about, this is just a confirmation of when that frustrating heavy energy comes creeping in, that pulling back, easing up on the gas, getting still and quiet, handle the other things that need to be handled for a while, and allow your soul to speak to you again and give you the next step forward. How else can we get some guidance here? Anything else that group number 1 needs to know? Feeling like that one, but I can't get a hold of it. Maybe that's symbolic. Oh, okay. Mastering this. The 3 of Cups is a celebratory energy. This is feeling an alignment. This is having those good relationships, and those good relationships with people around you, but also those good relationships with your passion projects. I think the devils showed up here to remind you that, yeah, okay, yes, yeah. You're not ever going to be totally free from this energy that you don't like, this energy of I feel stuck, on my project. I can't move it forward, and that's going to be something that comes back around for you over and over again. This may be tied to karmic lessons that you're meant to work on in this lifetime, and you're not going to feel this sense of I'm free from that energy. But what you can get is the King of Cups is a master over his emotions. He feels his emotions, he feels them deeply. He keeps them under control, and water is about flow. So you may flow in and out of this energy, but feeling like you have control, that's bringing you success. And the more times you do this, the more times that you keep that creative spark lit and you can reignite it when you're ready, that's feeling in King of Cups energy. That's really cool. I have this little deck that I made myself with just some little keywords, skills, talents that you already possess, and I think this would be a nice reading. What in your soul is meant to be revealed. Something here. Resilience. Oh my goodness. That's this feeling. That's that King of Cups energy. He is resilient. He allows those emotions to flood in, and he knows what to do with those emotions. Oh, how cool is that? See, you've got this ability within you. I think whatever this was wanted to. Clairvoyant, seeing. Oh, yes. Okay, you can see. If you're getting still, you can see and get messages for how to move your projects forward. Quieting the mind does wonders. And emotional intelligence. Wow, King of Cups energy. That's what your soul wanted you to see today, is that you can embody this King of Cups energy. And the Apollo card, this is very, very similar. It wants to draw attention to you that you can master these frustrating energies that come up, because you are the King of Cups, and you have resilience about you. And that may be something that you don't necessarily see that you have right now, but this is showing you that you do have that, and to not be afraid to roll with it, to flow, to ebb and flow with the energy, so that you don't stop moving forward. You might slow down, but then you will speed back up again as soon as that wave of divine light comes back in. Group number 1, this is the reading I have for you today. If you resonated with this message, please give me a like and subscribe. Comment if you have anything that you'd like to share, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello and welcome. Group number 2, you chose the black egg and the Lepidolite crystal. And while doing the shuffle between groups, I'm not a fast shuffler. I don't have cards just fly out very often. This card jumped out and had clearly already chosen itself for your reading. So let's find out if we can get some more information. This is a very big exciting energy, the black egg and pure nature. So let's find out if we can get any more advice for you. Let's find out what group number 2, what aspect of their soul wants to be revealed at this time. Saturn. Let's get one more of these. What's this one? Cleo. Okay, we have some more information for group 2. What do they need to know? I don't know. They need to know what will be revealed to them from their soul. Five of Wands. Oh, there's 3 there. Let's shuffle some more. Whatever's meant to come out will come out. You don't need to force it. The King of Swords and the 9 of Wands. Group 2, we have to talk about pure nature here. The guidebook, how did you put this? Let's see. The red peony, which is this type of flower, symbolizes respect and honor, ideals that must be recognized in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. Group 2, you have some big soul calling that is sitting beneath the surface of your life that wants to burst forth. Saturn. Okay, in astrology, it takes roughly 29 years for Saturn to move around the sun. And that, in many cases, can symbolize and usher in a whole new life. Many people might have a big spiritual awakening and totally change their career and their life path as their Saturn returns. This is really big energy of transformation that's about to happen, and it may indeed be weighing heavy on your mind because you can feel that energy building, and you don't really know what to do with it yet. The black egg is one of the 7 extra cards in the animal spirit deck, and it represents the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. That's the energy center that is about your personal voice, your expression, your communication. The keywords here for this card are speaking from an authentic voice and the truth and pure nature and Saturn. Wow. Group 2, are you experiencing a lot of anxiety right now because you feel that there's about to be a big transition in your life? It says the black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noises, or lies. It says we may be drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sound draws us in. Books draw us in. the concept of truth draws us in. And I'm feeling like, as I read those words, I'm feeling like you may be feeling a call towards things that resonate for you at a certain, put you in a certain state, certain feeling, certain mood, because it's calling to your inner truth. And I want to say, go with that. Those things that you're drawn to, maybe you've changed the type of music that's drawing you. Maybe you have a new interest to that you like to read about, and you don't even know where it came from or why you're all of a sudden interested in it. Go with it, because it's calling to something deep within your soul that wants to reveal itself. It has a question prompt in here. What do I know to be true about myself? That is an interesting question prompt when we're talking about it in the context of a Saturn return type of energy. The way you answer that question might be different than the way you would have answered that question 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even last year. And that's absolutely okay. That doesn't mean you were in a space of inauthenticity in the past. That might mean that your sense of inner truth is evolving. And continuing to really touch base with you and your soul is great, because we're here in this earth school to learn and develop as a soul. So your soul should be expanding, and you should be in the constant state of becoming more alignment with your soul's truth. So it's really okay, and it's a great thing to do, to touch base with yourself and say, what do I know to be true about myself? What feels true right now? Not what felt true 5 years ago. What feels true right now in this moment? It talks a lot about writing, and I want to say that if you're in this state where you feel that your soul is in this primordial state of changing and evolving, and it's like gonna you're feeling like you are feeling like this black egg that's about to hatch, and you don't know what's inside. That is an exciting space to be in, because it's a space of self-discovery, and it's a space of creativity. I would encourage you, of course, meditation is something I always encourage, but if you've never tried automatic writing, that might be worth a go for you. Because, and I don't mean writing and journaling in a phone, I really mean getting out pencil, pen, and paper and writing and sketching. Quiet the mind and start with something simple, like how are you feeling this morning after your cup of coffee? How are you feeling? And you may just, if you start that process of writing and get in that flow state, you may be really surprised at personal truths, feelings, emotions, things that light you up that you didn't expect to see on the page. That can be such a valuable tool, because if you're in the writing flow state, if you're really quieting, judgment, self-judgment, it just writing in it from an authentic place, wow, that can really start to, you can really start to pour out stuff that you didn't even know was lurking under the surface. Yeah, this feeling being on the precipice of a huge transition is feeling heavy, but I encourage you to get the ideas flowing. Maybe writing is not your thing. Maybe you would like to just get paint out and put color on a page. Whatever feels like, maybe you're a musician and just being experimental with a song. Whatever medium feels right, to be able to let the truth pour out in an authentic way. If you're someone who's a little bit more extroverted in nature, chatting with a friend, you may end up saying something unexpected, like, oh wow, how cool would it be to be able to make flower arrangements for a living? And you'd be like, what? And then you said it, and then you didn't have any idea where that came from, because you didn't know that idea was lurking under the surface. But maybe, with a more extroverted personality, that's where your comfort is for letting the ideas flow. It's about choosing your medium, what allows that inner truth and authenticity to get tapped into, and avoid an energy of competition with self. If you have a new interest all of a sudden, don't worry about what you from 10 years ago would think about that interest. It doesn't matter. I feel like this competition card is coming up as an internal process for you, not necessarily anyone, any particular person creating that energy. That's an energy that can be internal within us. And you don't need to place judgment upon how you and your personality and your interests and your soul calling might shift throughout the course of your life. Those things are absolutely okay. In this card, what I like about this card is it looks like the swan is indeed moving her forward, and I feel like swans sometimes can represent like a life purpose. Actually, let's take a look at that for a second. Oh, yeah, okay, and the animal spirit deck, it says the swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This is a potent energy not to be taken for granted. The swan card appears to your soul when your soul is calling for attention. The inner voice is waiting to be heard. Oh my goodness. It's almost as though that's what's in the black egg, is this the swan aspect of you. Bringing into balance is a solo time in writing. When in balance, the swan embodies infinite creative power. Dang. Wow. You have You have something creative, a creative talent that is just absolutely just under the surface, waiting to burst forth. And the King of Swords here, the King of Swords is very, I want to talk about confidence when I see this card come out for you. Confidence, boldness. It's being confident in your journey and not doubting it. It's like there's these self-judgments coming in, and the King of Swords is saying, no, not here. Not in my kingdom. Okay, let's see if we have any further advice that would like to come out for you, group 2. What's this? And King of Wands, again, that's like so confident. And the King of Wands has a little lizard. There's some lizards here. That's about the dream time, and that's making me think, again, encouraging you to tap into your authentic creative power. Let me give you another shuffle here. Do we have any more advice for group 2? This one. No, it's this one. Oh, dang. 6 of Cups. How beautiful is that? This is an abundance. This is an opening. This is a sharing your... Oh, it's so funny that I brought up flower arranging, and there's flowers, you know, arranged in the cups. That just may be very specific to someone listening. It can be metaphorical for others who... But whatever your creative power, whatever that creative energy that wants to burst forth, share it with others. Share it with others. That's a really clear message. So let's get some. This is just a little deck that I made with keywords that represent talents or skills that might help you in your journey. Let's shuffle again. There's too many there. Writing. Wow, you can't script this. Gardening. I'm telling you, I was seeing like floral arrangements. That's got to be for somebody out there. And they're not exclusively different. You could discover through writing that you have a passion for gardening. Adaptability, not being afraid of that change, and don't judge the change. If something else is calling to your soul, don't let any old narratives hold you back from that process. Okay, group number 2, this is what I have for you today. I hope this reading was valuable, and if you did resonate with the reading, please give me a like and subscribe and comment below. It'd be great to hear from you. And I thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back for another reading. Bye. Hello and welcome. Group number 3, you chose the Tarantula and the Aragonite cluster. I have some ideas already with Tarantula, but let's find out. Let's get some more cards on what aspect of your soul is ready to be revealed. Night and day. have, whoa, okay. Temperance. I get a second one of these. What aspect of your soul needs to be revealed to you at this time? I lost it. Let's shuffle one more time. Some tarot cards. What aspect of your soul is ready to be revealed? That one. Ooh. This is very interesting. Okay. I feel like the card second from bottom wants to come out, but I can't get a hold of it. There it is. Queen of Pentacles. The Moon. It's interesting. It's like an eclipse moon, and here we have Moon and the Sun in this card. But let's find out if there's any more. What else do we need to know? What needs to be revealed? Whoa. What is in the floor? It is the Six of Cups. There's a sort of chaotic energy while I'm shuffling right now, and sometimes the energy, the way the cards behave in my hands might give us a flavor for energy that's going on in the reading itself. The King of Wands. You have a Queen and a King here. Okay. Group 3, the synchronicities in this set of cards in front of us is really amazing. Both the Tarantula card and the Day and Night card come up for decisions, choosing a new path. Let's start with the Day and Night card. The key words here are uncertainty, fear, worries, decisions to be made, and follow your instincts. She looks uncertain, as if she has a question in mind but does not know the answer. What is she thinking about? Is she afraid of the answer or the inward process of finding it? This card reminds us that we already hold the answers in our hands. We should trust our inner judgment and know we will be able to handle any situation. Perhaps Group 3, you're on a certain life path at the moment and you feel an inner calling to change course. Let's take a closer look at Tarantula. The key words for Tarantula are at a crossroad and claiming life's purpose. The Tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, which is reminding me of the Temperance card here. The tarantula hovers patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, the tarantula spirit, it says, follows intuition. When out of balance, the tarantula spirit hesitates and over-intellectualizes. Bring into balance, the suggestion is daily journaling, which is something you might be called to do in a situation where you are feeling at a crossroads. This crossroads could be a literal path in front of you, a choice that's been put on your plate. For example, a new job offer, an opportunity to move. It could be, for some of you, a relationship offer. However, for others, it may be a crossroads that's happening more internally. Something that you, an inner calling to change course in career, in education, in relationship, in your social sphere. It could be I don't know why I see this in this way, but for me it looks like there's almost like a shadow over her face that looks sort of like a mask. And that crossroads could be about, have you been putting on a mask for others, and your soul calls to reveal more your true authentic self? So there is a number of ways in which this message could apply. This makes the presence of the moon card here makes me feel like, for most of you watching, that the internal crossroad, you in your thoughts, in your mind, in your heart, feel that there is another path, but the path is not laid out in the real world yet. The path is in your dream space. The path is in a life that you'd like to build for yourself. The paths that you're choosing from are an old way of doing things, the routine, the habit, the life you've had thus far, and the other path is the path toward your soul's calling. See the inner beauty in things is the message with this card, and it's like taking a look at the hidden beauty that this path could be. You know what the current path is. You know what the road you're on is, but it's not necessarily the road you want to be on, and you are developing this concept of what in your nightly dreams, but also in your waking dreams, if you let yourself. There was the message in the Tarantula card about daily journaling. Allow your waking self to dream and imagine this other path, what it could be, the abundance, the joy that path could bring you, and then you will this other path involves finding a relationship, finding that twin flame or soulmate connection that you're looking for. And the path to that involves this entire course correction for you, the going toward the sun, illuminating the darkness by making it real, being in a Queen of Pentacles energy. So the Pentacles, conceptually, it's about abundance, and abundance is not just wealth, as in being represented by coins. It's also feeling abundant emotionally, feeling abundant with your surroundings. There's these lovely flowers. It's a very rich and sensual environment. It's about feeling a sense of happiness with the life you've created, I guess is what I want to say. And in that process, this King of Wands, that it's about ideas, it's about the dream time. This partner, this relationship, and the genders are not specific. It's to me, who being the Queen of Pentacles, it could also be the King of Pentacles. It could be the other way around. It could be, but you get the idea. The King of Wands here is here because of the representation of this is the ideal partner for you. This is who you have dreamed of meeting, and that meeting occurs once you've chosen this path unknown, this path that you are indeed creating. And what your soul wants to bring to the surface at this time is an acknowledgement that within you have the capability to create this new path. This is really very cool. The way this is, your soul is bringing attention to the possibilities if you choose to go into another direction, but it's also wanting you to slow down and tap into the feeling and the emotion. Law of manifestation, law of attraction, that might be something that's interesting to you, because people who teach those methods often talk about feeling, being in a state of feeling the emotions you want to feel. What would allow you to feel in this abundant energy? What would you want to build? How would you want to build your life so that you feel like you're in this energy? That's what you need to slow down and envision and dream, and in doing so, create. And it's asking you to create the path before going down it, I think. You have to envision what the path is before you can head there. I think there's something here about, okay, you can follow your intuition and let it lead you. There's also an opportunity for you to be in a creative state with that and say, okay, I'm feeling like I want to move toward this energy. How can I build things around me that will shift my momentum in the direction that I feel like I want to go? So it's about getting specific with the things that will bring you the emotions you want to feel. If you I guess I'm thinking of it because there's these beautiful mountains here in the background, and that's making me kind of think of an example. If you're someone who wants to live in a scenic mountainous area, it wouldn't make sense to make steps toward moving to some place complete, like in the middle of the US where it's totally flat and you don't get that type of experience. Think about what things really are. It doesn't have to be that. That's just an example of how you can hone into the specificity of what can bring you the emotions you want to be in. Getting specific about it. And when you're getting into that narrative with specificity, you're going to be able to imagine what that path could be like and allow you. That's part of the intuition process, right? Sure, you could roll a dice and say, to say, do I want option A or option B, and leave it to the universe. But part of the intuition is feeling your way through what you want to create. I'm hoping I'm making sense there. This is the kind of thing that my vision board, if you're a very visual thinker, a vision board might be helpful. So create in your vision board imagery that evokes the feeling of this card. What would get you in that place where you feel content and happy and like, I'm living an authentic path, and I'm bringing in abundance in an authentic way. And that will allow the career opportunities to unfold. That will allow the partner that you are imagining to be able to enter your life. This is very this is kind of your soul saying you have some control that you didn't know you had. You have more ability to envision the life you want and to be able to make choices, to make steps toward that than you realized. Hey, that's really a cool thing to... Yeah, that's big life-changing stuff. Yeah, there's a newness about page energy. It may feel a little bit unfamiliar to put yourself in a state of mind to really imagine creatively how you want to build your life from this point forward. That may feel a little bit awkward and new, but don't lose enthusiasm for it. The Page of Wands has enthusiasm, and there's like a anytime you're creating and inventing something new in a creative state, there's something about that should feel new and refreshing. Clarify, why would the Devil card have come up? Don't let that, oh, okay. Don't let that this is new feeling discourage you from trying this new way of thinking. It might feel awkward, but that's okay. Don't let it discourage you. And you are the Magician. Yeah, the Magician has the power to envision a new path and to be able to make steps in reality to make that real. The Magician can take steps to make this new path a reality, and the key here is envisioning it first, making this a reality, and creating the path to get here. So I have some cards that I made that have empathy. Seeing value in people or events. That may be, this may be about tapping into intuition about this creating process. Seeing value in people or events, you may, because you're in this new energy, you may find yourself in new experiences in which you can learn and grow, and you're going to be able to see value in those experiences. Astral travel. Oh, how cool. Maybe indeed you can look up some astral travel meditations and actually go down the path. Maybe actually see this, and that can help you know where you'd like to go by being, time is a construct of kind of a necessity for us to have an earthly experience, and in other realms time doesn't exist. You do have the ability to be able, just like a past life regression, you can actually, with practice, get glimpses of what is to come, what might exist in another timeline, or what might exist in your future, and that may give you the right hints and clues you need to be able to start to form this path. You might not be able to see it all, but you might get just the right clues and hints that you can form a path. And I'm my eyes going back to this card. See the beauty in all things. There may be this may be a meandering path, but the fact that you're moving along the path is there's beauty inherent in that, and don't forget that. It's a journey, and the journey is part of this earthly experience. And wow, what a reading for you today, Group 3. If you resonated with this message, please give me a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you back for another reading. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.